My name's Ann Martin, and I serve as chair of the Foundation Board of Directors. At this time, I call to order the 2025 annual meeting of the membership, and God does the rest. This is the theme for our annual report. Have you all gotten these from the Foundation tent? God does the rest. It alludes to doing our part as people of faith, sustained by the confidence that comes from believing in God's promises. Hebrews 10 puts it this way: let us draw near to God with a sincere heart and the full assurance that faith brings, for the God who promised is faithful. As I stand before you for my final annual meeting of the membership, I'm so proud of how these words are reflected in the work of the staff and board. People often describe the Foundation as a steadying influence in times of uncertainty. Well, as we all know, the past 5 years have put that idea to the test. Disaffiliation, political division, and economic worries have caused all of us in this room to be challenged. And yet we are here today declaring our trust in God's faithfulness. Thank you for allowing the Foundation to stand with you. We find our purpose in helping you be the instruments of grace in the world, knowing that God will do the rest. Historically, the Foundation Board has exemplified servant leadership at its best. This tradition will continue with 3 new board members filling open seats: Suzanne Schilling and Meredith Martin in the class of 2026, and Spencer Disher in the class of 2027. We also welcome Sarah Williams as an ex officio board member, serving in her capacity as president of our Conference Council on Finance and Administration. The Foundation's bylaws state that you, the lay and clergy members of annual conference, serve as the membership of the Foundation. In this capacity, it's your responsibility to elect our board members. Therefore, I present to you the following persons for election to the class of 2028: Mark Bailey, Dave Middleburg, Wanda Musgrave, Irish Spencer, and Steve Wilson. If you approve of the class of 2028, raise your hand. Opposed, the same? Any abstain? Thank you. The new class of 2028 has been elected. Now that our business is over, Now that our business is over, I invite us to a time of remembrance. All of us in this auditorium stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. This is especially true at the Foundation. 2 individuals who were instrumental in helping us become the 3rd largest foundation in the Connection are Sam Smith, who passed away in January of this year, and Rob Bird, who passed away in October of 23. Sam was widely known and respected in the Western North Carolina Conference. I can wholeheartedly say the Foundation would not be where it is today without his influence as board chair. And I mean that literally. Sam championed the construction of our building located next door to the conference center. Completed in 2010, it serves as a tribute to Sam's wisdom and clarity of purpose. Sam was also a catalyst for the Foundation's development and loan program. Many of you have reaped benefits from Sam's visionary leadership. I also lift before you Rob Bird as honorary chair board member. When we talk about integrity as a core value, Rob made sure we put that ideal into practice. With his expertise as a CPA, Rob guided us in developing safeguards to ensure the financial stability of the Foundation and to honor our responsibility as fiduciaries of our clients. He shared his time and gifts with us for over 21 years. We have been strengthened and immeasurably by the leadership of Sam and Rob. So I ask you to join me in expressing gratitude for their service and leadership. Now I'm pleased to invite to the podium Reverend David Snipes, President and CEO of the Foundation, as he makes his 24th consecutive presentation to the annual conference.
You'll stay right there with Jennifer. Thank you, Ann. For 23 years, I have stood before you and shared with you how wonderful it is to work with the leadership of the Foundation. I have made a career and a ministry out of surrounding myself with good people, and standing beside me with Ann and with Jennifer, and down here in front where the staff and friends of the Foundation are seated, I want to call attention to the wonderful work and the commitment that they have on your behalf to help you be the best stewards that you can possibly be. So thank you. Ann did not think that she was going to slip out as our chair without a little bit of roasting, so actually I'm going to be kind about it. I'm really going to be kind about it. Ann holds a unique position in the history of the Foundation, being the first female chair of the board in our 47-plus year history. That is a big thing. And your wise counsel, your calm presence, especially over the last several years, have enabled the Foundation to not only endure, but to grow stronger. Many of you may not know this, but Ann's family tree includes 8 generations of Methodist ministers. Yeah, wow. She is a clergy spouse, a clergy mom, and even a clergy mother-in-law. And who knows, someday she might be a clergy grandmother. I think it's fair to say that she has made her family proud and all of us. So I simply say thank you once again.
Thank you.
So from one remarkable, strong, intelligent female leader, I move to another. Jennifer Davis. Jennifer is our projected chair of the Board of Directors. We will hold our annual meeting of the Board of Directors following this annual meeting of the membership. Does anyone here know Jennifer? It's more like who doesn't know Jennifer, right? In our office, she's known for being life-giving, full of energy. Jennifer always has a way of telling things the way they need to be heard, and yet her feedback is always reasonable and rational. That's a gift. It's truly a gift. In addition, she's a pillar in her community of Gastonia, her local church, the Western North Carolina Conference, the Southeastern Jurisdiction, and the United Methodist Church as a whole. And believe it or not, I could go on with that list. I had to cut that list off short, but we only have 20 minutes, according to Kim Ingram. Jennifer, we are blessed beyond measure to have you come into this role, and we look forward to working with you in this new capacity. So thank you. So I want to I interrupted the bishop's lunch looking for the gavel because I forgot to bring our gavel. So we're going to do a ceremonial transfer of the gavel from Ann to Jennifer. She said gladly. What? Thank you. Y'all can be seated. Yeah. I'm also pleased to share that the Reverend Dr. Glenn Kinkin will join our staff July 1st as Chief Operating Officer following Susan Cawthorn's departure earlier in the year so that she could move closer to family. Glenn first came to the Foundation way back in the mid-2000s as our Senior Vice President for Plan Giving and Communication. His appointments since then have taken him by way of Davidson United Methodist Church as Minister of Administration and Finance, and Centenary United Methodist Church in Winston-Salem, where he currently serves as Senior Pastor. Throughout all of the years, he has stayed connected with the foundation and has been an advocate for us. He has been a program facilitator for the Reynolds Academy for Ministry Management, and more recently, he has served on our board of directors and on our executive team as the corporate treasurer. We are now excited and pleased, as long as the bishop makes the appointment, back to the United Methodist Foundation as COO. Should I ask him to clap, Bishop?
Yep.
All right, welcome, Glenn. In the few minutes that we have left, I want this to be a little bit interactive, and I'm not going to ask you to run around Stewart Auditorium for Jesus, but what I am going to ask you to do is to raise your hand if your church invests with the United Methodist Foundation, or if you as an individual are an investment partner in the UMF Development Fund and Loan Program. Raise your hand. That's pretty good showing. All right, let me ask you this. We are a foundation and we're known for giving away money, and we love innovative ministry. We love participating in that. How many of you have received grant monies from the United Methodist Foundation or Reynolds Ministries to do your work? Great. How many of you have been through a leadership program, Exploring My Call for Ministry, Orientation to Ministry, Reynolds Academy for Ministry Management, Reynolds Program in Church Leadership, Reynolds Leadership Academy for Evangelism and Discipleship, the Grant Writing Workshop, Winter Leadership Training Workshops for the conference, Stewardship Training Workshops, the list goes on. How many of you have been through some of those things? Okay? How many of you have received a scholarship, whether it be through the Dollars for Scholars program or the Excellence in Clergy Leadership or some of the other scholarships that are permanently restricted endowments of the foundation? This one, all you retired people. How many of you have received a gift during Holy Week from the Superannuate Fund? That's the foundation. And how many of you have been to our building where we could offer hospitality to you or your group as you go about doing the work that God has called you to? Folks, if you raised your hand, you have helped us fulfill our mission to build the church for generations to come. You and your ministry are the why for all the people that I have called attention to today. Sam, Rob, Ann, Jennifer, Glenn, all of the other foundation board members and staff. If we have not yet had the opportunity to work with you, I hope you will talk to a neighbor who raised his or her hand seated nearby. Visit our ministry tent, which is right next door. We have a few more shirts left. They're all 2XLs, I think. And consider the foundation as a ministry partner. But if you don't retain anything else that I have said today, it's simply thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
For those who have been around a while, you know that we may not have always been in the financial position to support the conference. In those early years, the foundation actually received apportionment dollars to fund our work. At the time of our founding, total deposits were less than $100,000. But together, we remained faithful and trusted God to multiply our gifts. And guess what? In 2024, the foundation reached an all-time high in total assets of $347 million. It's a milestone that validates our work to help you be good stewards, especially in times of tight budgets and ever-increasing needs. It also means we can do more to support the 4 strategic priorities outlined by Bishop Carter: vital local churches and fresh expressions of church, anti-racism as discipleship and sanctification, the well-being of spiritual leaders, And fourth, our United Methodist identity, grace, connection, and holiness. Therefore, I'm pleased to announce this year's total contribution from the foundation to the conference of $279,000. That includes a tithe of our operating income as well as a tithe of our 2025 surplus cash. Bishop Carter, we pray that these monies will help all of us fulfill the United Methodist Church's vision to form disciples of Jesus Christ who, empowered by the Holy Spirit, love boldly, serve joyfully, and lead courageously in local communities and worldwide connections.
Thank you.
Lastly, in a few minutes, we're going to hear from Disaster Ministries about the response to Hurricane Helene. But I'd like to briefly share how the foundation is partnering in that work. In the initial weeks after Helene, the foundation sent no strings attached checks to 127 churches and ministries in the most affected counties. In January, we funded the purchase of propane and carbon dioxide detectors for homes in the area, as well as training for conference staff and volunteers at the Disaster Academy in Florida. Our 2025 operating budget makes a multi-year commitment to stay involved in whatever ways are most needed. Your belief in the foundation enables us to give back and hopefully bring a spirit of healing and renewal to Western North Carolina. There being no other business, the 2025 annual meeting of the membership of the United Methodist Foundation of Western North Carolina is adjourned. Thank you.